on the shade as Ajax lead the charge over in the Dutchlands with PSV Eindhoven not too far away. Well, what are VT's on them? Where are they? We'll take a look. Nah. Another prediction show today, but take a look at match day number 13 out in the Dutchlands, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe and keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship, Eredivisie related, whoa, football related, we're going to here under Waruski. That's right, of course, yes. It's getting thick and fast all over Europe, of course, including the Dutchlands, but no double match week this week, just a plain old same old this weekend matches. We'll talk more about that in a minute, of course. I want to make a big shout out to the patrons supporting the channel behind the bloody scenes, so thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. We're trying to get up to 20. We're trying so very hard to get up to 25 patrons. If you are interested, become the latest member of the gang. Check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. You get perks such as access to the Prediction League data. You can also become the latest mod. Also, in the 2021, I'm going to relaunch the Discord for the channel so we can chat amongst friends on the fly. You know, if you ever need anyone to chat, you can always hang out in the old Discord. Anyway, enough about that later. Let's get into the deep end and take a look at how you and I got on last time around. So, kicking it all off then, shall we take a look, recap of the criteria then. 0-2, you're in the shit-faced gang, brothers. 3-7, you're in the straight-faced club. 8+, you're impressive. You're in the top bins. Let's take a look at it then, shall we? Here's how I got on last time on Heracles Almelo against Fortuna Sittard. That was back on Friday, the 11th of December. It was a 2-1 win for Sittard. Marco Rente with big fat OG. Sebastian Polter as well for Fortuna Sittard. Delano Benzorgs on the score sheet for Heracles back in the day. 2-1 was the final result on that one, going Fortuna Sittard's favour. I actually went with Heracles Almelo with a 1-0 win. You could just about see it, but ultimately not good enough. Meanwhile, Groningen, they also did their bit. 2-0 winners over RKC Waalwijk. Ahmed El Mondouzi on the score sheet with Daniel Van Kaam. Getting the goals there. Actually got this one bang on the bloody nose, fellas. Bang on the bleeding nose. That's right, with the 2-0 win one in the end. FC Emmen against Den Haag ended up all square 1-1. Goals from Vincente Boussungen for Edio Den Haag, with Miguel Alviero as well for FC Emmen. Actually went with this one, bang on the bloody nose as well. Look at that, look at me, just look at it. It is absolutely fantastic, it is indeed. Though Ajax, of course, comfortable winners over PEC Zwolle, 4-0 winners in the end. Klaus Jan Huntelaar on score sheet, Quincy Prompts on score sheet as well. Anthony has Ryan Gravenbach as well. A 4-0 win. I actually went with a 3-1 win. Good amount of goals on this one. I went with 4 goals, but ultimately not good enough. Well, it's pretty good enough. Meanwhile, of course, VT's Eindhoven, who was second for the whole part of the season until now, they could only muster a draw against SC Heerenveen. Osama Del Falavero on the score sheet with for VT's Shefarel Floranus on the score sheet for Heerenveen. Actually got the right amount of goals. I went with a 2-0 win for VT's, but unfortunately not good enough. Meanwhile, VVV-Venlo, they did lose to Feyenoord. Yes, indeed, 3-0 winners in the end. Jens Toetsma with a couple of goals there, and Steven Burgoyce as well, as they came out on top with a 3-1 win. Actually went with a 2-1 win. Not too shabby. Got the right amount of goals again, but ultimately, yeah, not bad indeed. Meanwhile, Willem II took on Sparta Rotterdam and they lost. Sparta coming on top with a 3-1 win. Actually went with a 2-0 win for Wilhelm, and I got that one wrong. Big bad boy wrong, of course. In the end, a Lennart tie on the score sheet for Sparta, and a couple of goals there for Dioy Duarte as well. Quasi Okari Wirred got to go have a goal for Wilhelm, but unfortunately it was too little, too bloody late. Meanwhile, PSV Eindhoven, they did beat FC Utrecht 2-1 in the day. My picks on the right, just in case you just realised, because I've only just realised. 3-1 for me, but it was 2-1 win in the end. Donny Marlon on the score sheet for PSV. Mohamed El Hatteran as well, with Murin Mahai on the score sheet for FC Utrecht, but ultimately, again, too little, too late. And of course, my boys, unfortunately, they could not get over the line. They lost to AZ Alkmaar 3-1 in the end. Actually went with a 2-1 win for my boys, FC Twente, but unfortunately, no good enough. 2 and Cooper Miners on the score sheet with a couple of goals there. Yunkane Sungwara as well, with Danilo on the score sheet for 20 from the penalty spot, and Jaden Osterwalder got himself sent off in the bloody end. As you can see, I got myself 2, 4, 5 on you. Can you keep up with me? I think there is a couple of guys that did much better than me. So this is the table as it stands. Ajax lead the charge, 3 points over PS bloody V. Final row in third. Futies are down to fourth, but still within touching distance of second. But of course, there's now a 3-point lead between Ajax and the nearest and dearest. As for the foot of the table, Emmen and Den Haag going down. Willem II also in the discussion as well. So let's take a look, of course, and of course, La Prediction League. Hopefully it's live and hopefully it's looking good. Yes, just like William Shepard, of course, he is a patron, but he's actually saying, get stuck into the old patron. 3 more patrons required. He's calling you out, calling all you guys out. But anyway, let's take a look at Lionel L. He did all right. Kobato, not too shabby as well. Game Try did bits. Ivan Stringer, not too shabby. Russell Frost also did very, very well. Ultra Omimurt also did good. Well done, brother. Nathan Eva also did kicking ass and taking names. Oh, Esquivel, not too shabby as well. Well done, brother. Lars, 1, 2, 3, did okay. Matt Gunner did bits. Yannick Buster also did very, very well. Donna Coven Dance, we'll get to you in a minute. Imagine Monday, not too shabby. Okay, he did okay. Bella Donna Coven Dance, he did also very, very well. Cody Go did bits. Liam 2000, not too shabby. And Shepard also did very, very well indeed. But everyone pretty much touched very, very close indeed. I think 5 was my score, which will put me in the top 10. But we have guys who've got 6 and Lordy 7. Look at that. Look at the state of it. We have a 3-way lead for this week and this week alone. It's the Ilbert Donna Coven Dance, Lars 1, 2, 3, and Liam 2000. That's just for this week, which is of course week number 12. What about the overall leaderboard? Ignore my score, it does not count. But of course, your kingpin right now. Bow down to your king. It is Matthew, aka Matt Gunner, with a big fat W there. He's of course leading the charge at the moment with a 1 point percentage lead over Russell Frost, who's not too far away either. And so is Amar Esquivel as well in the top 3. But he is your king. Respect your king, and he it is. Of course, got bragging rights. Though if the world was sent today, guess what? He would be the Eredivisie Prediction League champion. But unfortunately, or you know, I doubt it's going to end today. But you know what? For now, respect. Let's kick it on into the next one. Of course, match number 13, starting all off on the 18th of December, which I believe is a Friday. It's PEC Zwolle taking on FC Emmen. They've played each other 34 times in the past. 21 wins for Zwolle, 6 wins for Emmen, and 7 bloody draws. Of course, the last 6, it's thinking about it. Of course, it always has problems with the Eredivise. The last 6 is 5 wins for Zwolle, nothing for Emmen, and 1 draw. Emmen have actually failed to win the last 19 matches away from home. Zwolle have also kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 matches against Emmen in all competitions. And also, they were undefeated in the last 11 against FC Emmen. I've not got no numbers on these ones. I don't bloody know why. But anyway, heading into this, a quick look at the bookies odds on this one at the Eredivise, taking place on the 18th. It's 4-3 on for Zwolle, 11-4 is draw. 16-5 is, of course, your FC Emmen on this one. Of course, heading into this, FC Emmen are bottom, and with them they could actually go as high as 17th, whereas Zwolle coming into this in 11th, and with them they could actually go as high as 9th in the table. I've gone with a 1-1 draw on this one again. Sneaky bum time. It's a point in the bag. Emmen will be happy about a PC. Zwolle will think it's 2 points dropped in the bloody end for them. Next up, though, we have Sparta Rotterdam taking on FC Groningen. Of course, heading into this place that in the past 88 times, 30 wins for Sparta, 29 wins for Groningen, and 29 draws. Very, very even. Of course, the last 6 sees 3 for Groningen, 1 for Sparta, and 2 bloody draws. Last time out in Sparta was a 2-1 win for Groningen back in February 2020. Pre-lockdown, of course, Joel Arasoso on the score sheet with Ramon Pascal Lutquist giving the 2 goals for Groningen, with Mohamed Raya on the score sheet for Sparta. Heading into this, Groningen have actually failed to win the last, in fact, Groningen have actually won the last 3 matches in the Eredivisie. They actually just won, lost the past 6. They did lose in the Dutch Cup, but prior to that was 5-game winning run, or 5-game unbeaten run, should I say. On the flip side, we just won defeat the past 5 for Sparta. That was against PSV a couple of games back at the end of November. Heading quickly, the situation and the bookies for this bad boy then, shall we? What do we have on the bookies? Where is it? I've just lost the bookies. Of course, yes, Sparta coming in 7-5 for the victory, 5-2 is your draw, 7-4 is your away win. Of course, Sparta looking at the table. They sit 9th for the table, and for them, they could close the door maybe into moving into the top 8, but a little bit too much to make up at the moment. Meanwhile, Groningen coming in 5th. They could actually go as high as 3rd in the table. Indeed-o. I've gone with on this one 2-0 for Sparta over Groningen. It's going against my form here. I usually back Groningen, but unfortunately not this time. Next up, we have VVV-Venlo taking on FC Twente. Indeed, they played each other in the past 45 times. 11 wins for VVV-Venlo and 22 wins for Twente and 12 bloody draws. That's right. That's the history between the 2 sides. The last 6 is 3 for Venlo, 1 for Twente, and 2 bloody draws. Last time out in Venlo was a 2-1 win for Venlo back in November 2019. Goal scorers on the day: Peter Van Urgen and Ilario Soriano as well, with Andres Vukic on the score sheet for Twente. Heading into this, Venlo have actually conceded 2 goals in the last 9. Venlo have also failed to win 10 of the last 11 matches in the Eredivisie. They come to this without a win in 4 at the very least. Meanwhile, just 1 win in 4 for Twente. That was against Ajax, of course, big win for them. But around that, surrounding that match, of course, there's been nothing of any good bit of form for Twente. Meanwhile, the bookies odds on this one are 3-1 for VVV Venlo, 6-5 for Twente, 3-1 is the draw. Twente coming to this in 6th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 5th. Venlo coming to this in 15th in a win for them. They could actually jump all the way up to top 10. Top 10, lads. I've gone with the 2-0 win myself with Twente to take the 3 points. Next up, we have RKC Waalwijk, they're going to be taking on, of course, PSV Eindhoven. Played each other 49 times for the past 6 wins for Waalwijk, 35 wins for Eindhoven, and 8 bloody draws. That is correct. Meanwhile, heading into this, the last 62 for Waalwijk, 4 for Eindhoven, and no draws. Last time out in Waalwijk, it was a 3-1 win for PSV. That's back in September 2019. The goal scorers on that day, I'll tell you who it was. It was Paul Quaston with a big fat OG, Timo Bogati, and Kostin Mintugalogaru on score sheet for PSV. Mullerstein on the score sheet for Waalwijk. Eindhoven actually undefeated in the last 6 in the Eredivisie. They come into this winning 4 of the past 5. On the flip side, just one defeat the past 4 for Waalwijk. That was against Groningen just the other day. Meanwhile, look at the bookies' odds on this one, shall we? PSV are actually 4-1 on for the victory. 10-1 is your host, as RKC Waalwijk 19-4 is the bloody draw. PSV coming to this in second. And mathematically, they could go top of the pops. Oh yeah, top of the pops with a big fat double, of course. Waalwijk, though, coming to this in 12th spot. And for them, they could actually go as high as 9th. That's right. I've gone with PSV, though. Of course we are. Of course we bloody are. Stick to my roots. Well, not my roots. Stick to the sense. It makes sense. Makes bloody sense. Next up, we have FC Utrecht. They're going to be taking on Fortuna Sittard, of course. Played each other 41 times, past 20 wins for Utrecht, 12 wins for Sittard, and 9 draws. That's right. Last 6 sees 4 wins for Utrecht, nothing for Sittard, and 2 bloody draws. Last time out in Utrecht, back in November 2019, it was a 6-0 drubbing going in favour of Utrecht, of course. Goal scorers on the day, Garo Kirk on the score sheet with Sander van de Streek with a couple of goals there, Simon Gustafsson with a couple of goals as well, and Simon Maketunk. It's the battle of the S's, of course. Heading into this, Utrecht have failed to win the last 6. They come into this, just one defeat the past 4, though. 3 draws in that cluster. Meanwhile, back-to-back wins for Sittard as they try to make a fight of it towards the foot of the table, of course. Sittard coming to this 7-1 for the victory. 3-1 on is your Utrecht, 92 is your draw. Of course, Sittard are actually on the climb at the moment, 14th spot at the moment. And for them, they could actually go as high as a 10th above Utrecht on goal difference if they get a big old swing. As for Utrecht, they come into this in 10th, and for them, they could mathematically go up to 9th in bloody deed. I've gone with a draw on this one. Form favours Sittard. Utrecht have the table, but unfortunately, that's all they've got going for them at the moment. Meanwhile, VT's Arnhem taking on Feyenoord, of course, in a fruity one. This one played each other 74 times in the past. 11 wins for VT's, 36 wins for Feyenoord, and 26 draws, of course. The last 6, though, sees 1 for VT's, 3 for Feyenoord, and 2 bloody draws, including a draw last time out at Vitesse. It was a 3-0 draw, of course, right about this time last season, 8th of December. Nothing to report there. Feyenoord are actually undefeated in the last 26 matches in the Dutch top flight. Meanwhile, Vitesse are actually undefeated in the last 7 at home, of course. Just one defeat in the past 5 for them. That was against PEC Zwolle a couple of games back. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 6 for Feyenoord in all competitions. That was against VVV-Venlo just the bloody other day. Heading into this, of course, bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Taking place on Sunday, the 20th of December. Vitesse are 13-8 for the victory, 5-2 is your draw, 29-20 is your away win. Feyenoord coming to this in 3rd, and for them they could actually go 2nd. Meanwhile, VT's coming to this 4th, and for them they could go as high as 2nd in the table. I believe in an upset here with a 2-1 win for VT's on, and of course up against the juggernauts Feyenoord. Next up we have ADO Den Haag taking on Ajax, of course. Played each other 94 times. That's 14 wins for Den Haag, 63 wins for Ajax, and 17 bloody draws. The last 6 sees nothing for Den Haag, 4 for Ajax, and 2 draws. Last time out in Den Haag was a 2-0 win for Ajax back in October 2019. Klaus-Jan Huntelaar scored with Devin Neres as well, giving Ajax the 3 points back in the day. Meanwhile, Den Haag have actually drawn the last 3 in the top flight. Of course, Ajax have actually won 7 of the last 8 heading into this. In fact, just 1 win in the past 4 games in all competitions for Ajax. Meanwhile, 3 games unbeaten for Den Haag, but they've all been draws. That's right. Heading into this, so the bookies odds on this one, 21 for Den Haag, 12-1 on for Ajax. Stone Cold Ferris, 9-1 is your draw. Ajax are 30 points on the table at the moment, and for them, they could open up a 6-point lead over PSV. Meanwhile, their opposition, Den Haag, coming to this on the climb as well, but they're still in the drop zone, and they actually got 7 points on the board, and for them, they could actually go as high as 13th into Tierra. Indeed, but one with Ajax on this one, plain old Jane, old simple win indeed. Next up, we have SC Heerenveen taking on Heracles Almelo. Played each other 32 times in the past, 10 wins for Heerenveen, 15 wins for Almelo, and 7 bloody draws, of course. Last 6, 3 for Heerenveen, 2 for Heracles, and 1 bloody draw. Last time out in Heerenveen, guess what? It was that draw back in December 2019. Joey Verman on the score sheet with Sirio Dreses on the score sheet for Heracles on this one. Heading into this, Heerenveen have actually drawn the last 4. Could be 5 on this bounce. So Heracles have actually failed to score in 8 of the last 10. They've also failed to win their last 16 on the road. They're coming to this without a win. Actually, terrible form for Heracles at the moment. 4 defeats in the past 5. The other one was a draw. Meanwhile, Heerenveen unbeaten the last 4, but they've all been bloody draws. No wins in sight for any of these two sides. Bookies odds on this one then 5-4. 5-4 on for Heerenveen. 14-5 is your draw. 3-1 is your Hercules. Hercules coming to this 13th spot at the the moment in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 10th. Heerenveen coming to us in 8th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 5th in the table. That's Europe, boys. That is Europe. I've gone with a 2-1 win for Heerenveen. Get back to winning ways and get themselves into the Europa League spots. And then finally, we have a fruity one here. AZ Alkmaar taking on Willem II. Played each other in the past 58 times. 28 wins for AZ, 15 wins for Wilhelm, and 15 draws, of course. And the last 6, 1 for AZ, 4 for Wilhelm, and 1 bloody draw. Last time out in AZ Alkmaar was a 3-1 win for Wilhelm, and that's back in January 2020. Mats Kurt on the score sheet, Mike Presser and Vangelis Palvadis on the score sheet for Wilhelm. Idrissi on the score sheet for AZ, bloody Alkmaar. Heading into this, Alkmaar have actually scored at least 2 goals in 8 of the last 10 matches, and Alkmaar have also won 5 of the last 6 as well. They're coming to this, just 1 win in the past 4. That's AZ Alkmaar against 20 just the other day. Meanwhile, 1 in the past 4 for Wilhelm. That was against some team in the Dutch, I think it's D33 in the Dutch Cup there. So not great bit of form for Wilhelm. They're actually struggling on this one. I don't think I have bookies odds on this one, so I'm not sure if this game will go ahead. Regardless if it goes ahead or it doesn't go ahead, AZ Alkmaar coming to this in 7th in a win for them. With the game in hand, of course, they could go as high as 5th. Meanwhile, the opposition, Wilhelm, are struggling in the playoff spots, relegation spot at the moment, but a win for them. They could actually go as high as 13th in the table. I've gone with AZ Alkmaar on this one. Comfortable 3-0 win in the bloody end. If I'm right, which I bloody well hope so, this is what the table will look like at the end of match day number 13 out on the Dutchlands. Ajax, of course, 3 points clear over PSV Eindhoven, and I'm keeping up the heat, of course, with a win for themselves. And Feyenoord down to 4th on this one. Meanwhile, Emmen and Den Haag going down as it stands. Wilhelm II also in a bit of bother. Be sure to get your picks in nice and early for La Prediction League, and also be sure to bang the thumbs up as well, and bang the old subscribe button. It'll keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Eredivisie related, all football related. We're going to go here under Waroski, that's right, of course. And yeah, be sure to get your picks in nice and early. Of course, we're trying to keep up the heat with all the games, all the leagues across Europe that matter the most. Of course, if you want to support the channel in another way, check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all that stuff, all in there. And of course, if you want to become the latest member of the special gang, the old Roverseas Mafioso, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. You could become the latest brother from another mother. We're trying to get up to 25. We've got 22 brothers from another mother right now. You could be number 23 or maybe even 24. Check out the links down below. I'll see you all very, very soon, though. Be safe out there. Mask up, 6 feet. No, I know it's Christmas, but still, be safe. Be safe. I want to see you all next time around. That's right. Until then, though, I'm out.